what's up everybody? My name is Matt and I make videos about metal guitar playing, riff writing, songwriting, music theory stuff, recording techniques. So if that sounds like something you're into, stick around because today we're going to cover the basics of metal, all the foundations that you need to know to become an awesome metal guitarist. Today we're going to talk about the 5 techniques every metal guitarist needs to master. So first off, we have downstrokes. We're just going to strum down all of the notes. All right, the second technique we're going to talk about is palm muting. So what that means is basically you take the side of your palm right here and you rest it right in front of the bridge. Not on it, not behind it, not too far in front, just right in front of the bridge, almost like right between the bridge pickup and the bridge. And you basically rest your palm right on the strings and it makes that muted heavy chug sound that every guitarist, every metal guitarist wants. So if I go too far up, it just sounds terrible, way too muted. And if I go behind the bridge, it's almost not muted at all. And you don't want to press too hard. Just rest your palm right on top of it. Not too light, not too heavy. It's really about just finding that sweet spot. All right, the third technique we're going to talk about is triplets or the gallop. So think like Slayer, Raining Blood, the heavy use of this technique in that song. Basically, if you count it out like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and it's basically playing 3 notes per subdivision, and then if you speed it up, that's when you get that gallopy sound. So it's basically just 3 notes per beat. All right, the fourth technique we're going to talk about is speed picking. So basically it's just alternate picking, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So, and then what that sound is like muted is. The last technique is power chords. So that's like the staple of every metal song. Power chords are basically just 2 notes. It's the root note and the 5th, which is 2 frets above on the next string higher. So if I start on the low E string, 2nd fret, that's the note F sharp. If I go on the A string, 4th fret, which would be a 5th above, that's C sharp. So F sharp, C sharp. That's an F sharp power chord. So you can also play power chords with 3 notes. So it would be root, 5th, octave, because this note here is the octave of F sharp. So you can play it this way too. Depends on your use, depends on the song, what sound you're going for. The easiest way to do it is just root and 5th, just 2 strings. So that's it. Those are the 5 techniques. All right, so now we're just going to write a basic riff using all of those techniques. Just something really simple, just like 4 power chords. And I'm going to incorporate all of the techniques into that one riff. We'll go downstrokes, triplets, speed picking, and throw some power chords in there and just come up with some basic riff and see what it sounds like. Here's a breakdown of how to play the riff. It's pretty easy. The beginning part of it is just downstrokes, and then we do a slide between the 2nd and 3rd fret, so F sharp and G. And then the second part would be, it's going to be triplets. And then we're going to slide from 3 to 5 and then back down to 2. So it goes. And those notes are G, A, and G flat or F sharp, however you want to look at it. And then the next part is alternate picking, and then we just do a slide down between F sharp to F. So, and then the ending part is just basically the same thing as the beginning. We just go. So it's just downstrokes and then triplet, triplet. So here's the entire riff all the way through. All right, here we are in Logic. I put a basic drum track in here. Let's listen to it by itself, and then we'll record some guitars. Here we go, guitars 1. Okay, guitars 1. So side note about tracking guitars, don't ever just copy and paste this over to the second guitar track. It's going to cause phase issues. It's going to sound terrible. So just don't do that. So there's our 2 guitar tracks. Let's pan them, hard left and hard right. When you're mixing metal guitars, always pan them left and right. They're going to sound way heavier that way. You can quad track them. You can also put one down the middle if you wanted to, center pan, but we're just going to do 2 for now. Let's listen to the whole thing, so let's see what it sounds like. So we're going to use easy bass for this one. All right, so let's listen to the whole thing with bass, see what it sounds like. All right, so let's make that sound a little bit better. Let's put some parallax on it from Neural DSP, and we'll see what that sounds like. Actually, let's just solo the bass line real quick. All right, we're just going to leave it like that. Let's put some compression on it too. I think I like this one. Let's just see what that sounds like. All right, that'll work. Let's EQ the guitars too. Actually, let's listen to that. see what we can do to the guitars. Let's add some EQ. Actually, let's do it this way. Let's bus the guitars to another channel, and we'll put the EQ on there. We'll do bus 1 for both. Alright, we're just going to leave those all at the default, and let's see what the whole thing sounds like together. Alright, let's see if we can brighten the drums up a bit. See here, EQ, channel EQ, stereo. Let's say brighten overhead, see what that one sounds like. All right, so let's listen to the whole thing now, just see what it sounds like. All right, so that's everything. That's the basics of just doing a little mixing and mastering. Nothing too extensive. We just put some effects on the bass, some compression, EQ and compression on the guitar. We brighten the overheads up for the drums, and then we use the default mastering plugin from Logic, which doesn't do a bad job. I kind of like it. Anyways, that's about it. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want a free metal rhythm boot camp and a music theory PDF, click the link in the description. You can get 2 free downloads. And then also, if you want backing tracks, tabs, stems for everything we talked about today, I also have a Patreon community where there's a Discord channel. Link in description as well. Thanks for watching. Stay metal.